Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today I am curating my holiday palette basket, one of my favorite seasons of the year for makeup. So we are switching over from my fall basket, which is all of these palettes here, to my holiday basket. Some of these might stay in for the holidays, I'm not sure actually. I might just switch over to a completely new set of products. We are going to go through my collection together and pick out all of my favorite holiday palettes, my favorite glitzy, glittery, glam palettes for this time of year, including some old, like blast from the past, discontinued palettes that I'm really excited to play with this season. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad that fall is coming to a close. I mean, it's definitely still very fall in terms of weather, but I've had a lot of fun with these fall palettes, but I'm also ready to ring in the holiday season. So let's go ahead and pick out some palettes. Okay, so starting out with this drawer, I have two drawers where I store palettes. This is the first one. Before we get into these, I want to go ahead and put this one in the palette basket. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. The reason it's not in here is because I have just had this on my vanity since I bought it, because I actually am currently working on a 1 week, one palette with this. But this is definitely going to be part of the rotation during the rest of the holiday season. I think it could work for any season, but I have been really enjoying this palette. Stay tuned for the 7 looks if it's not already out. If it is, I'll link it below. If not, it'll be out very soon. I do have some thoughts and some critiques on it for sure, but overall I am really loving this color story. So that is definitely going in the holiday basket. All right, so getting into this drawer now, the first palette in here that definitely calls out to me as a holiday staple is the Anastasia Sultry palette. This one has been discontinued, although I saw they came out with a mini version of this that to me didn't look at all like the full size. Even though I think the shades they used are also shades in here, it still just didn't capture the vibe of this palette to me, but anyway, I digress. I just think this palette is perfect for the holidays because it has lots of very metallic, sparkly shades, including a just classic silver shade, which I definitely think of as a winter and holiday color, and a gold, which I don't wear gold eyeshadow all that often, but this time of year I definitely do enjoy a gold shimmer on the lid, and the glittery packaging is just so festive to me. Here's another one. This was actually a holiday release 3 years ago. I think this came out in 2020. It was limited edition. And I so wish it wasn't because this is one of my favorite palettes. Haven't really used it much recently, but when I do, I just love it. This is the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette. I could stare at this packaging all day. But this is the inside, which I think matches the outer packaging so nicely. It has 8 of these shimmery, sparkly shades and then 4 mattes. I really like the way it's laid out, and I love that it's primarily shimmer and really sparkly shades. I love that green. I think that's a beautiful holiday green. This shade, Tiger's Eye, is one of my favorite eyeshadows ever. It's the perfect duochrome rose gold shade, and the snowy sparkly light blue, also just so many great winter colors. Definitely a holiday staple, and I hope to get a lot of use out of it this season. So those are 2 discontinued gems that I always love pulling out this time of year. Let's see, another discontinued gem right here is this one from Athr Beauty. I'm gonna roll this one in as well. Honestly, this reminds me a little bit of I Need a Nude. This is the original Athr Beauty Rose Quartz palette. Unfortunately, this brand closed down earlier this year, and this is definitely an eyeshadow brand that I will miss so much because they just made great eyeshadows, especially their matte shades are just to die for. Like, they are so smooth and blendable, more so than any other brand I've tried, honestly. Like, their mattes were really something special. Their shimmers are also beautiful. The 4 shimmers in the middle, they're kind of like sheer toppers if you wear them just regularly, but if you apply them over a glitter primer, they are so foiled and sparkly and just so much fun. So yeah, I love the gold in here. I love this like fiery coral duochrome, the silver. I love a gray smoky eye this time of year as well, so this has lots of grays in it. Just for fun, I want to look at it next to I Need a Nude, because actually I'm realizing I don't think it's that similar. Yeah, so there's those 2 together. I think these would make a great pair. Rose Quartz from Athr is definitely more cool toned, like it has much more gray, whereas I Need a Nude is mostly taupe. But kind of a similar vibe, and I do feel like these would make a good pairing as well. I want to put both of these Ace Beauté palettes into the basket. These came out earlier this year from their floral collection. I really love these palettes. The quality is just phenomenal. So this is the Cala palette. I've been waiting to roll this into my holiday basket all year long. This is the kind of color story that I live for this time of year. A little bit like Sultry, but the shimmers in here are even more glassy and reflective, and just they're really, really special. Even compared to other Ace Beauté palettes I've tried, this formula specifically is just one of the best. So this one I'm really looking forward to using. And then I also want to put in the Begonia palette. This packaging looks so festive to me. Doesn't this look like a great holiday palette with the greens and this wine color? I also think this makes a great spring palette with the pinks and everything, but it's really like these three shades right here, the wine and then the two greens, that are just really making me want to pull this out and do like a super festive Christmassy look. I'm not sure if I would use those three shades together, but I really want to use this soon. By the way, this holiday makeup basket, I should really call it my winter basket, because this is also going to be the basket that I continue to use through the winter, even after December. So I am also just picking out the palettes that are wintry looking too. And this right here is very wintry to me. This is the stacked eyeshadow from Quo Beauty. This is a Canadian brand. My friend in Canada sent this to me. And this is in the shade Snow Cone. You can see just by the packaging, it looks so fun for winter. It has this taupey gray, this matte taupe shade, an icy blue, and a lighter taupe shimmer. So it's so fun to close them all at once. So this will be a fun little just everyday quad, and I like that it has a little pop of mint as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put my other stacked eyeshadow in as well. This is the Kaja little trio stack in the shade Chocolate Dahlia. And this makes me think of hot chocolate. So I think this is gonna be a fun, just like easy, everyday brown trio. Got a dark brown, a light brown, and this stunning, just light shimmer shade. Just gives me like cozy hot cocoa vibes. So this will be going in as well. Last one from this drawer, this is something that was also part of my fall basket, but I never got around to using it in the fall. And I think this also makes a great winter and holiday palette because of the berry shades. This is the Hard Candy Monochromatic Quad in the shade Purr. Obviously had to keep this quad. I got this in PR, obviously had to keep this shade because of the name alone, like hello, it's cat related. So I have to have it, but I also do really like this color story. The quality of this is okay. This deepest shade is not quite as pigmented as you would hope, but the other three shades are beautiful, and this shimmer, especially this taupey metallic shade, is B. B is being so dramatic right now. What is it, baby? What is it? She wants me to feed her. But yeah, this is like a super chunky foiled shadow. Really pretty. I'll probably have to wear that over a glitter primer, but it's worth it. So this would be a fun little mauve holiday quad. You want to say hello? Hi, everybody. All right, and this is my other palette drawer. I have some larger palettes in here and just anything that didn't fit in the one above. And these are a lot of my like indie-ish palettes, plus some drugstore stuff. I am actually going to put the Ace Beauté Flare palette in again. This was also in my fall palette basket, but I also think a lot of these work well for holiday looks, especially like the green and teal down here. Those are kind of like Christmas tree type colors, like this wine color. I like these berries a lot. So I think this is a great like fall to winter transition palette, and I just would like to use it some more. So that's gonna go in as well. This is one from Nomad. I feel like I used this quite a bit when I first got it, but I haven't really used it since. This is the Nomad Royal Europe palette, and this is filled with jewel tones, and it ranges from like red and berry shades to mustard and brown. And I like that each column is a different sort of trio that you could use just those three shades. Like I'm thinking this green column here is going to be so pretty for a Christmas look. The reds also, I could even do like a green and red look with this, which I don't know if I've ever done a green and red look before, but I think that might be fun to try. And I don't know if you can tell, but this bottom row is all multi-chromes, which is just so much fun. Also from Nomad, I want to put this newish one in because I am going to be traveling a couple times actually over the next month, which I'm really excited about because I haven't traveled in a while. And this is from the Nomad Air collection, and it's the travel palette is what they call it. And this really is like the ultimate neutral travel palette. You can go, you know, light and shimmery or really smoky with it. Also, yeah, kind of like the hot chocolate vibes I was talking about. I do like just a simple classic brown eyeshadow look any time of year, but especially like the fall and winter. I think it's just so pretty. I love that this looks like a little passport or something. Ooh, this is another one that I have been really excited to rotate into my fall basket. This is the Alter Ego Goddess palette, which is meant to be similar to the Natasha Denona gold palette. This one has a mix of bronzy gold shades, which, like I said, if I'm gonna wear gold eyeshadow, it's usually in the winter or like the holiday time, and a couple of like forest green pops, which is another color that I love wearing in the winter. One of my favorite colors of all time. It's just such a cozy color to me, and it's fun to do like a wing with like a matte teal like that paired with like a gold on the lid. I think that would be so pretty. Yeah, I'm getting so excited just looking at this. I also want to pull in one of the new Flower Lights palettes, and I think of the two new ones that I recently bought, the Garden Lights one is definitely more holiday-ish to me. The Coastal Lights, I think this one I'll probably put in the spring. Some really pretty gold and bronzy shades, and then this deep wine color I think is so pretty for the holidays. I definitely like gold and silver, red and green obviously, but I also think just like a burgundy wine color like this, I think that's also such a festive color. Also just really excited to get some more experience with this palette because I really haven't used it much since I bought it, since I've been using the I Need a Nude palette so much for my video, but I'm looking forward to getting better acquainted with this palette. I think that's the only one I'm going to put in because I want to actually use it, so I don't want to get too crazy. And then I actually want to put one of my little self-made single palettes here, which has some depotted shadows in it. This is like a cool toned winter wonderland to me. I love it. The square pans are depotted from the Shared Planet Polar Bear palette, and the bottom three are depotted from ColourPop In a Trance. This color story just makes me think of snow, like with the really light frosty blue. I love like frosty blue eyeshadow this time of year, and then the taupes are just perfect for the holidays. It also has this nice smoky, like deep charcoal gray color that is really fun for just an all over the lid, like super sultry smoky eye. So excited to finally get some use out of these depotted shades because honestly I haven't used these a whole lot since I depotted them because I really just was waiting to use them in the winter since that's when I really gravitate towards these colors. Alright, so those are all the palettes all together in this basket. I love how this looks. I think this is just going to be such a fun set of palettes to choose from throughout the rest of the holiday season and into the winter as well. By the way, if you're curious, I got this cute little gold basket from Dollar Tree a while ago. I'm not sure if they still sell them, but that's where it's from. And it's just perfect for storing my palettes like this. So I will be keeping these on top of my vanity, and these will be the main palettes that I use. I feel like this is, you know, a little bit of everything. I've got some really neutral palettes, some really bold, colorful palettes, and just a bunch of in between. So I think I've got some great options here. Really excited. Let me know if you do a similar type of seasonal palette basket. Let me know what is in your holiday basket. I would love to hear your picks down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I hope you had fun. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do also have a Patreon and a channel membership if you're interested in supporting my channel further. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you very soon in my next video.